Next up, we have Cynthia and Angelica.
Hi, nice to see everybody, all the people that we can see right now. My name is Angelica. I am very happy to be here. Today I'm going to talk about desensitization in parents of children who stutter with CYNTHIA. We two are the directors of the Specialized Center for Stuttering. And CYNTHIA, could you please share the screen?
Yeah, sure. Hi, everyone. Let's see. Okay.
Excellent. Thank you. Oh, one second. Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry. Okay, so well, it's just a 20 minutes presentation, so unfortunately we can't share all the information that we would like to share, but we are going to give some general ideas about but we are going to share some general ideas about how to work on this topic in parents of children who stutter. As I was saying, we are generous a TV on. Okay, thank you. Okay, and as I was saying at the beginning, Cynthia and I are the co-directors of the Specialized Center for Stuttering. This is a clinic located in Lima, Peru, but we decided to launch a website in English because now we have been doing presentations for the USA, so we consider it's good for, or it's easier for you to see our work in English instead of Spanish as the original website it is. So well, let's start. Cynthia, could you please go to the next slide? Okay, so today we are, as I was saying, we are going to talk about desensitization in parents of children who stutter. And before starting with some definitions about what this is, I would like to mention some general ideas that it's also how we work in the clinic. So one of the things that we work along with the parents is on this topic, desensitization, and the way we see stuttering is going to be very important for it, because in our view, and as I know is the same that for many of those who are here with us, but we look for a way to see as a just different way to talk. So we don't try to fix people, or we don't try to I don't know, yeah, to fix them or be focused on techniques or things like that. So what we propose is to have a holistic approach where the children, the teenager, or the adult who stutter could feel comfortable with his or her way to talk. So that's why it's important to work in desensitization, because we want to help parents to accept this characteristic as a part of that children, not as something that we have to get rid of or try to eliminate. So that's some very important points to mention before starting this presentation. Could you go to the next one? Thank you. So in general, desensitization is a process by the people can become less concerned about specific issues that bother them. So for example, it's what some people do to lose the fear to spiders, to heights, and things like that. And we need to work on this topic also, because as I was saying, we are trying to see stuttering as a different way to talk, or a particular way to talk. So this means that we have to look for acceptance instead of trying to eliminate it. And part of it is to be desensitized to stuttering, to lose the fear to stutter. That is going to be an important part on the treatment. Could you please go to the next one? And this is a very good definition of the topic. I'm going to read it also. So the authors describe desensitization as a way to learn to tolerate the moments of stuttering through repeated opportunities to face the feared event in a supporting, accepting environment. Could you go to the next one, please? And this is very important because we need to work on this with all the family, not just with the children. As I was saying, we are looking for a holistic approach, and that also includes to work with the environment of the children who stutters. And that also includes the family, the parents, the brother, the sisters, the school, and the different environments that the children has. The next one, please. So, okay, and going more deep on desensitization with parents, I'm going to mention some key ideas of why we have to work on this topic with them. Next one, please. First of all, because as research have shown, the majority of parents have reported that the stuttering of their children affect them in different ways. Could be with the communications that the parent have with he or she. There is a emotional impact, and these numbers could give us some more general ideas about how this impact can affect the day-to-day life of them and their sons or daughters. So this is a condition that, as we know, not only affect the children, but also has an impact on the family. And that's why it's important to include that in the therapy also. Next one, please. Okay, and so why to work on this topic? First of all, to help them to recognize and improve their reaction to the child's stuttering. Could happen that the parents are not aware on how they are reacting of the way to talk of their children. So, for example, the parents could have some facial responses like open more the eyes or be more tense on the body when they listen that children. So it's very important to help them to recognize that also. And of course, if there is a way that they could improve their reactions, that could be very beneficial for the children too. Because as we know, all the parents want the best for their children. So what we do here is to help them how they can do that. Also, it's important to work with them because in many cases is that the first step before including other parents, like the brother, the sisters, because as I was saying, this is a topic that we have to talk with others, not just that child and the parents, and they could be the first one to join the sessions. And eyesight could be because we have some cases where is the grandma or the aunt who bring the child. So yeah, that can vary in each case. It's also important to work on this topic to model an acceptance response to stuttering for the children. And this is important because the children is going to be better if he grew up in an environment that accept how they talk or how he or she talks. So if he see that the parents are responding in a nice way, so it's easier for the children to respond in the same way. And of course, this is going to increase confidence in the family, because the parents need some, or they look for some advice on how they can help. And with this exercise, to say in that way, they could feel better knowing what to do and why are they doing this. Next one, please. And this is a very important thing that we also always share, and this is the fact that before desensitizing the parents about stuttering, the clinicians must be desensitized themselves. And this is very important, because if we want to model of acceptance for the parents, we need to really accept stuttering first. And that is going to be like a key on the treatment, because the parents are going to feel more comfortable with us in the therapy. And also because we can't ask the parents to do things that we cannot do. So we need to be the one that start with this first, and then teach that to the parents and the children in the other environments too. I think I am just in time, Cynthia. 10 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Well, so now that we heard about the definition and why it is important to work on the desensitization in parents of children who stutter. It's a tough word, desensitization. Yeah, we are going to look at ways and how can we work on it. Here are some activities to work on desensitization in parents of children who stutter. We would like to start by education. We consider that if we educate parents about stuttering, about the facts and the myths, and also the factors that contribute to stuttering to appear, they will feel more confident in this process. So from the beginning of the process, we are going to talk about the intervention, what are our goals, what are our goals as a group. I don't mean that my goals or the goals of their parents. I mean for everyone. What are our goals in therapy? And with all of that information, they will feel more confident in this process, and they will listen carefully to their child, and they will listen more and also respond with more empathy. With this process of desensitization, we will help them to reduce parents' feelings of helplessness, anxiety, uncertainty, and so on. Also, we are going to, in this process of desensitization, work on openness about stuttering. And here we can start by exploring parents' feelings. Sometimes parents feel that they are not, they feel guilty, or they can feel that they are not doing the right things with their child. But those feelings are validated in this process. So we have to explore their feelings, and also let them know that it's okay to feel that way. They have many concerns, and in this process, we can let them know that awareness for their child, or openness for their child about stuttering, is not going to make them stutter more or make them feel bad about it. So we are going to discuss about the pros and the cons of openness of stuttering. And finally, that will make stuttering normalized for them, and as a consequence for their child too. So the next thing we can work on, from the beginning, we are going to use the words that are neutral with language, neutral language and non-judgmental. So a negative terminology may result in increased avoidance or may reduce the social participation. It's important to have a neutral language during this process when we talk to their parents on a non-judgmental too, because if it's a non-judgmental language, their child will have a positive view of himself. So also we are in this language about stuttering, we're going to discuss and model the language they are going to use with them. For example, if we use words such as bad or good days, if they don't have like a high frequency of stuttering, if we say that it was a good day, we're going to give them the idea that it is wrong, that there's something wrong with them. So we shouldn't use like words as bad or good referring to the speech or how they are talking. So the words that we use as speech therapists are the words that parents will use, and that will the words that we use are the words that parents will use, and also the words that their children will use referring to themselves and how they are as a communicator. Then here we have some practical activities to do with parents. We can, for example, share with them some podcasts now that we have lot of options in Spotify or another platforms. We can share with them podcasts and videos of people who stutter. We can start by sharing podcasts if parents are not so comfortable seeing someone stuttering or hearing someone stuttering. We can start by just listen to someone stuttering. But it will vary from family to family and from parent to parent, because perhaps the mother is prepared to see someone stuttering and the father is not prepared or feel very, very uncomfortable. So we have to respect the process for both of them. If one is prepared, okay, let's share with the father the videos and let's share with the mother podcast. So it's a process and we have to respect it. It's a process of exposure, so it's hard for some of them, but for others it's easier. Another activity is to write a letter for another parent of a child who stutter, and in that letter they can perhaps write about what they have learned during therapy, or a message for other parents to let them know that they are not alone in this process, and they can share that message in a group session. We can make parents connect each other, and we can make them let them know that they are not alone, and they can express their feelings also in a group of parents, and make them notice that their experience is valid too. And the next one is regarding here, and the last one includes another kind of activities. We have to teach them to talk about stuttering with other people, other family members, teachers, to do some advocacy for them. Also, we can teach them, their child can teach them how to stutter. In a session, we can work together to make them, so the child will have the expert role, and the child will be the teacher and will teach their parents how to stutter, so the father and the mother can feel this tension and see that it's not a comfortable feeling, it's not something easy to do, and make them like putting into their shoes. And also, I think the toughest is to stutter to a stranger. It's a process, as I said. So this can be done with small repetitions, with less tension or without tension, perhaps doing this on the phone or when they are buying something in the store. And we can do it first with them. I mean, we can go together to a store, and the parents can listen and see the reactions of the woman or the man that is in the store, and we can do some volunteer stuttering, and they can like first observe and see what is happening, and then they can give a try to experience the whole picture of what does stuttering means. And well, these were some of practical activities that we can do with them. We have touched, we are on time. So thank you everyone for listening. We believe that if we include parents in the therapy session, the therapy will be a success, because parental involvement is difficult, I know, but it has rewards. So thank you very much for listening.